As human beings, our intelligence relies on efficient processing of what we call neurons in our brain. Neurons are considered the basic units of a human being's nervous system. Each neuron acts as a small chip. They collect, they process, and they pass information to each other in the form of electrical signals. This neural network is responsible for every action that our brain carries out. We also call them collectively the gray matter. Gray matter is primarily responsible for the processing and the interpretation of information. Our brains are made up of almost 100 billion neural cells, almost as many as the number of stars in the universe. Each neuron is connected to another 1,000 neurons, creating an incredibly complex neural network for communication. Many definitions of intelligence. Well, the simplest one, I guess, is the ability to learn, is the ability to recognize problems, and the ability to solve problems. As humans, we acquire and store knowledge. We can take cues from our environment, from what surrounds us, from teachers, from books, film, nature, and even from experiences. Using our sensory organs such as our eyes, ears, touch, we actively seek knowledge and are hungry for information. Just watch how many questions an inquisitive child will ask. From what we learn, we can recognize threats, opportunities, challenges, needs, and desires. Importantly, we can make rational decisions and take actions based on our collective learning, even for a very complex and a very conflicting situation. So, artificial intelligence, how can machines have intelligence then? Artificial intelligence refers to machines that are able to mimic human cognitive skills. You will hear descriptions like AI, machine learning, deep learning, and artificial neural networks. Computer scientists developed structures that try to mimic our brain. Each of these descriptions has a meaning. Artificial neural network is a system of software that works like the tasks performed by neurons of the human brain. I will call it here the artificial brain. It's built from layers of neurons where the first layer receives inputs like video, images, sound, text, just like our sensory abilities, eyes, ears, touch, etc. These inputs are fed to the next layer and the next layer and the next layer, and the network starts to learn. We call these hidden layers. Eventually, this artificial brain takes decisions using its output layer. For example, as humans, we learn how to recognize phishing emails or how to identify fake IDs. We may have missed the few in the start of this process, but we get better at it as we see more and more examples. This may take us a few minutes at best when we actually try to perform the identification. But with the deep learning and neural networks and the fast processing of computers today, it will learn and can process and identify millions of such risks, perhaps in fractions of a second.